Going on to all of my Capricorns. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the World, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups, the Justice. Okay, so for you Capricorns, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles represents how at first you were dating somebody that you thought actually had your best interest in mind. Everything started out good. You liked this person at first. Here's the problem though. They seem to be very attentive. However, you realized that you had to stop hanging out with them. The World, the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles represents the reason being that is because they potentially, gave too many issues. What specifically? Maybe, this person was a little bit too worried about money and you were trying to get to know them. It could have been even you shelling out cash on the dates. That does happen, okay? And it happens a lot. Either way it goes though, a lot of you Capricorns was like, nah, you gotta stop hanging out with this person. But regardless of whatever the reason was, you whatever the reason was, you and them ended up breaking up is what needed to happen, right? The Ace of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles represent, so as a result, right? So now a lot of you Capricorns are more so aware of the things that can go wrong in a relationship, even in a potential one. That's very good because it means that you can actually see these things coming as they show up. You can understand now how things would work out if the two of you are actually in a relationship together. The thing is that the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune now represent, so the Six of Cups is them trying to come back. They're trying to let you know that they're into you, them trying to, tell you, basically they want to hang out with you again. The Wheel of Fortune, okay, the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups. Some of you Capricorns will decide, no, you're not going to allow them to come back. And the reason why you're not going to allow them to come back is because you think of them as being a little bit too caught up with their own emotions and the heat of the moment. They will end up making terrible decisions. You understand? Because a lot of you Capricorns feel like you can't trust them because because of how mercurial they are, whether they don't know whether or not they're coming or going. You see them as people that can essentially just choose to leave the situation at any point in time in the relationship. And then where does that leave you? Especially, being in a relationship, right? You're supposed to do what? You're supposed to contribute. And the World represents Capricorn, you see? So getting into your own energy of being worldly, thinking about the big picture, making a decision on whether it's a good idea for you to even get back together with them in the first place. And I'm just seeing how a lot of you Capricorns probably won't. Some of you Capricorns will. A lot of you Capricorns won't though. Because the Ace of Cups and the Justice, how it is that, they came back, but the question is, do you Capricorns even want them? More than likely, you don't, because of how dysfunctional they were. How dysfunctional they definitely were. And as a result of this, a lot of you Capricorns happen to be in a situation where you're not in the business of trying to force people to be in healthy relationships with you. By definition, wouldn't be healthy if you had to force them to do that. And a lot of you Capricorns want someone that you can actually get along with. That's the problem though. That's the problem though, right? And the reason why I'm saying that it's a problem is because you're not getting that, unfortunately. You're getting these people who are broken, who do all types of antics except for actually being in a relationship, actually, wanting to do the right thing. Some of them maybe, potentially the reason why you stopped talking to them is because they cheated. They had someone else. Am I glad I don't have that problem? I've never cheated. I'm glad that I don't have that problem. Yeah. So let's clarify some of these cards here. I mean, let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. I definitely understand where a lot of you Capricorns are coming from, though. Judgment, Four of Swords, Ten of Wands, the Fool. This is about how a lot of you Capricorns, like I said, you're more prepared now to see the problems that someone can potentially give to you in a relationship because you're more aware, you're wiser. You've been through some experiences and you're actually learning from them. So the Judgment and the Four of Swords now represents as a result. So now you're able to be able to tell when someone is faking it. Excuse me. So you can get away from them faster. You don't have to spend so much time trying to get to know a person only for it to be a complete dud. The Ten of Wands and the Fool now represents how a lot of you need to understand that what's next for you Capricorns is to honestly to move forward and continue to enjoy your life. Keep dating, continue to date. Don't allow people who are dysfunctional to really get you down. Then to clarify the world, yeah, Capricorn, you can't allow people who are dysfunctional like that to really stop you from doing what it is that you want to do. You have the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So to clarify the world, which is Capricorn, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, right? Hang out with whomever you want. And when you get to know somebody, obviously, be loyal. But as for right now, no one has stepped up. So guess what that means? You Capricorns still get to talk to whomever it is that you want to. Just do, you know what I mean? Speak to other people, speak to people, see what's going on. The Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords represents. So now a lot of you Capricorns are also building upon yourselves. And, as more people are coming in, you're getting a chance, right? You're getting a chance to get to know these people. So it's a mixed bag. A lot of you Capricorns are getting to know other people as well as other people are getting to know you. And a lot of you Capricorns happen to be in a situation where you're very good right now. You're in a very good position because it's not all one-sided. It's not just you going up to other people. It's also people coming up to you and letting you know that they're interested in you as well, which is very good because it means that you actually have hands-on practice, the real thing, hands-on practice with being approached and doing the approaching. The best practice, honestly speaking, is the real thing, right? That's the best practice. It's the real thing. A lot of times, when people talk about these dating coaches and all this other type of stuff, people don't take into consideration that, like, yeah, you can have a dating coach if that's what it is that you want. But remember, the dating coaches, in essence, their job is essentially supposed to help you reflect on the things that you did that could break up a relationship or is unattractive to a lot of people, right? Generally understood as unattractive, and them to be able to help you take out the unattractive parts and keep in and the attractive parts and multiply that, right? To amplify that, as well as to add a few more attractive traits to your plate. But at the end of the day, though, you have to understand that it's up to you Capricorns to decide who comes in and who doesn't. Because a lot of times people had this mentality of, oh, you are what it is that you attract. Listen, that, like I said before, that stuff really only applies to individuals where you stand with this person, you know this person is this. They will not change. There's no kind of growth. You're not seeing any growth. They're not talking about growth. Nothing. They're giving you no evidence of growth. And you still trying to reason and make it logical and trying to convince them that if they changed, things would go better for you. That's not true. That's what it means when they say you are what it is that you attract. If you out here and you living and you talking to people, obviously you're going to run into a person who doesn't have any kind of common sense. That in on itself is common sense, just from sheer numbers. You know? So I don't know where sometimes people are going with this. So let's clarify the Six of Cups for you Capricorns. Let's clarify the Six of Cups for the Capricorns. The Six of Wands, the Strength, the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. Right. You know, also too, I have Capricorn in my chart in a couple of places. You know what I mean? And in my regular chart, I have Capricorn in about 3 different places. Neptune, something like that. My Capricorn North Node, all of that type of stuff. And Uranus in Capricorn as well. My Saturn is in my Aquarius. But the point that I'm trying to make here is I know how difficult it is for Capricorns to date sometimes. Because like I said before, Venus doesn't work very well in Capricorn. And the reason why is because Capricorn is more so Capricorn comes from strife, right? A lot of you Capricorns come from humble beginnings. Whether it is that you have riches or not, you still come from humble beginnings. Because it's that struggle to get that love and that admiration that a lot of you really want. That love. And a lot of times when it comes to you Capricorns, a lot of people can mistake you Capricorns' lack of expressing your love as you being ungrateful or you not wanting to have fun. But see, that just goes to show those people, and specifically the cross watchers who are watching this, that, you know, Capricorn is a zodiac sign of sadness. It is. So a lot of times Capricorns can have this level of sadness to them, even when things, right? Capricorn, let me know in the comment section. Y'all can have a level of sadness to you where even things are going great, you may think that, you know, the shoe is about to drop and that you always need to be ready. A lot of you Capricorns don't really take into consideration that sometimes you can chill. And yeah, maybe relationships will end. But for the time being, enjoy yourself. Who cares? You're prepared when the relationship ends anyway. And this is what I mean when I say that, you know, don't get angry at me for telling y'all this. But this is why it is that I say that a lot of you Capricorns, just in general, you got to learn to have fun, yo. Y'all got to learn to relax. Y'all got to learn to stop being worried so much about money and relationships. Y'all are going to get the money. The thing about a lot of you Capricorns is a lot of you Capricorns have to understand that, number one, as long as you're in a position to get money and you're getting it, then you're getting it. But number two, when it comes to matters of the heart, which is what a lot of you Capricorns really want, understand to enjoy the relationship as it exists. You understand? And then when it's time to not be in a relationship, then let the relationship dissolve. And understand and if you can maintain that level of enjoyment that you've had while the relationship was going good, then you good. A lot of the Capricorns will think like, oh, something bad is lurking around the corner. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe something bad is lurking around the corner. It more than likely it is. But that's life. When there's good things, when you're in a good time, bad times are going to happen right after that. When you're in a bad time, great times are going to happen. That's literally the up and down of life. The problem is, or I should say, the thing about what you Capricorns really want to track is, are you doing consistently better way before than you were before, short term, long term? If the answer is yes, then who cares if a relationship ends or not? Enjoy yourselves, yo. The Six of Wands and the Strength represents, so as a result, to clarify the Six of Cups, it just shows how it is that y'all have been meeting some egotistical individuals that you try to get away from, or you're getting away from, because you see how things are going to happen. And these people are not even really willing to be in a relationship because they are still clearly caught up with what it is that they need to do. They still need to get over their own traumas. And yeah, a lot of you Capricorns are right to think that, because it's the truth. But at the same time, you Capricorns also have to understand that just because that's the case does not mean that you have to allow yourselves to be caught up in that mentality, whether or not you're still with the person. You Capricorns need to continue to date. And at the same time, like I said before, understand that with a person that you are not on the same page with, yes, you and the person are going to end. But as long as you have fun while you're doing it, put it into perspective, and it's not something that's trapping you, what's the problem? Let's clarify the Justice. King of Pentacles, Magician, Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords. The King of Pentacles and the Magician represents, so now this is a situation for a lot of you Capricorns where, again, King of Pentacles is Capricorn and Taurus. So don't, again, see the forest for the trees and understand that you Capricorns are not trapped within this relationship. That's how y'all got out of it in the first place. You can still get to know other people, and I suggest that that's what you do. The Magician now represents, the Magician, basically for this reading, the Magician is now how, because I'm trying to think about, because I have the concept, it's just I'm trying to bring it into words, right? Language. The Magician is about how, again, take responsibility. And when I say take responsibility, I mean, when I say, and I may have to do a video about responsibility later on in the future. When I say responsibility is power. You have to understand that you Capricorns are the one in control of who you date, how you date, where you date, when you date. It's all on you. So instead of looking at somebody else like they're trapping you and they got this power, that power, this kind of power, or whatever the case may be, understand that you're in a very good position, good and bad, because you can still pick and choose for your own self who you want to hang out with. It's all up to you. So it's good news and bad news. The bad news is it's up to you, and that you have to take responsibility for the people who you choose to have around you. The good news is that's the beauty of it. It's up to you, which means that once you get better at, not letting people waste your time as you are, you can understand that, again, a lot of this stuff is mental. You're not cheating. You're single. You can talk to many different people until someone really steps up that you happen to be on the same page with. You good. Talk to as many people as you want, as long as you're making it clear that that's what you're doing. Then you have the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Swords represents. And, you don't have to come from the perspective of you have to guard yourself in order to get what it is that you want either. You have to learn to relax. And what I mean when I say relax is learn to understand that everything is in your mind in that regard. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. As of right now, I have 6,492 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all.